Morning everyone. So you're still with me today, obviously Joby's away. I lost my voice a little bit, so please excuse me. So we're going to do something similar to what we do every week and something similar to what we did last week, right? We're going to start with a bit of pummeling, we're going to do a simple striking combination, then we're going to start some wall work. After that, once we've got that muscle fatigue, then we're going to start doing our small glove rounds. Make sense? Yeah? Everybody try and grab someone about the same size as them, please.
Tim and Fabian are both fighting that upcoming Bellator show. They can't announce it yet because just the way it goes. I don't know if it's a crossover event or what, but they've both got opponents now. I don't think they've signed contracts yet. I think Fabian is fighting on the same card as Tim. He's got another good opponent and a strong opponent. There was a little bit of a mess around with the matchmaking, which obviously will be revealed in time. I think Fabian, coming off of his last loss, which was a knockout defeat to Johnny Eblin, that is usually something, you know, very devastating for most fighters. But I think Fabian's got the best mindset I've met out of any athlete. I think Fabian and Tim, they're two really special fighters. It's been an absolute privilege for me to be able to work with them. I've learnt off both of them a tremendous amount, just not only about like the sport itself, but about a fighter's mentality. You know, these guys are elite in my opinion. They're two of the best fighters in the world.
Sell the fake jab, hit him with a low kick, yes? And we're going to follow on for our whole combination. Make sense? Go for it. So we've got a jab, we've got a fake jab and a low kick, bam! Fake the low kick, come, low kick, there we go. Lovely, one more time. The mad thing about a feint is if you've already hit somebody with it, you don't have to be in range to convince him it's going to land, right? If I'm here with Tim and I've just cracked him with a cross, bam! I can feint my cross from out here now, and he's going to buy it. And he's, in this moment, under pressure, he's making decisions fucking really quick. The really quick decision is shit, cross is coming again. Does that make sense? So don't always feel like you need to be in range to throw your feints. The thing that's going to sell the feint is the intention behind it, right? Just, Adesanya Paulo Costa is one of the best examples of feinting in mixed martial arts. Go and watch it. Because he plays this. And Paulo Costa's so tuned into his fucking hips, like he's like hypnotized, he's like waiting for Adesanya to do something. And you see him twitching and feinting all the time. Yeah. Think about what I'm trying to sell him. I'm trying to sell this low kick. I'm gonna make it look, right? I'm gonna make it look like it's coming, right? Same thing with the jab, I go boom. If I'm feinting the jab, I want the intention behind it. And the intention is not usually the arm going out. The intention is usually the body, the shoulder and the hips. There's my feint. Does that make sense? It's the intensity behind the feint that's going to sell it. You don't even have to be in range to make it work. Yeah? Makes sense? Grab a drink, grab your mouth, guys. Let's get back on the mat.
Compromise. Anyone sparring Tim, go for the knee leg.
My leg's cooked already.
Legs cooked. We got some DP tense. No movement. I know you needed movement, innit? No Tim needs to move. What are you just coming on for now, bro? We've done all the training.
Come up and sweating like that.
Stretch his back out, grease this face. I know. Come through looking greased up, you know. Stretch your back, greased up, ready to go. What's like street fucking motto?
Wait for you guys to fucking bench.
So I'd say Fabian's been working with me now just literally a couple of weeks after his last contest. We had a couple of sessions before his last contest, and then I think it was obviously somebody new. Whilst you've been drilling a camp, sometimes can be a bit of a hindrance more than it being positive. So took a break. He had his contest, and then a couple of weeks after, asked to get some work in with me, and we've been working ever since there. And obviously got a fight date and got an opponent now, so we can drill home a little bit better some of the things that we can see and exploit with him from a boxing perspective.
Ladies, the PRC is a top girl. It's no man that will play for you.
That boy! Have you seen that? That would have caught that, yeah.
Okay.
What is it? Not good on it.
I think Fabian now, he needs to get a win. He knows he needs to get a win, but more importantly for me, he needs to fulfil his potential. I think the first 2 rounds against Johnny Eblin, we were seeing glimpses of how good Fabian can be, and now I just hope he believes himself, and I genuinely believe that Fabian is one of the best middleweights in the whole world. Forget UFC, forget PFL, Bellator, whatever. Literally, in the world, Fabian Edwards is one of the best fighters. He's got everything. His brother's a world champion for a reason. They got the genetics. They're obviously doing this right training at Team Renegade, and Sean is wicked. He's just come down to watch some of the sparring today. I really like some of the things that he's saying and bringing to the table as well. I think he's going to add a little bit more to Fabian's overall game, and I'm really looking forward to this fight. I just hope Fabian can show people how good he is. A lot of people look at him as like the budget Leon or whatever, which is obviously a bit disrespectful really, but he's literally the best. If you're a casual, like you don't understand when you're training these guys and you're working with them, you see them train on a daily basis, you see how good they are. And I've trained with guys like Israel Adesanya. I've trained with one of the best middleweights of all time in the UFC, and you know, second to Anderson Silva with title defences. And I think Fabian is just as good. He's more well-rounded than Israel. He's got the same type of genetics, fast twitch, and I think Fabian, you know, the best is yet to come from him. I genuinely believe it. And I also, going back to Johnny Eblin, even though he's a bit of a, you know, character or whatever, and he did some things after that fight that our team didn't agree with, like I know Dave was a bit upset. I think Johnny Eblin is one of the best fighters in the world. He's 14, you know, so there's no shame in Fabian losing to him, and I think that loss is going to age really well. I think the longer that Johnny keeps fighting, and people are going to see how good he is, especially with this crossover with PFL, you're going to see he's literally one of the best fighters in the world, and he would stack up well with the UFC guys. So yeah, I think that loss will age well in time, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Fabian get that one back and beat Johnny Eblin within the next 18 months.
Been a game changer, honestly, because obviously I'm a boxing specific coach, and that's where our expertise lie. So working with somebody like Fabian, it was the first time I'm working with somebody for boxing, but also having to understand the variables of kicking, elbowing, taking someone to the floor. So it's been an interesting ride, but I think definitely seeing improvements. I think he'd agree in terms of his boxing IQ and how he set things up. And I've definitely developed an understanding of, obviously, some of the boxing things may not work in an MMA background because you could be susceptible to things like knees, leg kicks, and being taken down whilst you're trying to do things. So yeah, it's been a great learning tool for the both of us, I feel.
Let's go!
Oh. Oh my God. Fucking hell. You need to ask me if I'm good. Oh. Good work? Yeah. All work, easy work? All work.
Like, I can honestly say I don't think I've worked with somebody like that before. I mean, when you excel at a sport and you have somebody new come in and you can be open to change and feedback and positive criticism in a professional way, I think that you know, it's great to see, because he's got a willingness to learn. He's always polite, you know, and he holds that really good culture in terms of the way he carries himself. So he's been really easy to work with, and I was impressed with his boxing acumen before we even started, to be honest. So we've only just been drilling those little 1%, but he's been really forthcoming to you know, letting me come on board, letting me come watch him spar and get a better understanding of, obviously, everything else that goes on in the MMA world. So yeah, he's been really easy to work with. There we go. There we go. Much better.